That was a super fast connection. Hello. I think I'm live. It says I've been alive for 12 seconds already, which is crazy. Hello, everybody. How's it going? Make that a little smaller there. Let's see who my first victim is today. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Joseph. Good, quick second, Joseph. Debbie got it. Hello. Hey, Philip. Hello. How's it going? So, we've got the Blackberry here. I'm going to finish trimming this and be putting it into jars because it's ready. And I'll be able to show you some of the bud as we jar it up and talk about it a little bit. Hey, Sean. Hey, Karsten, Tony, Debbie, Karsten, Sasha. Hello. Okay, so this is the top of the cola right here. And I'll just cut some of those leaves off here. Hey, Iceman, good morning, buddy. We'll get some of these extra leaves off. Make these buds look nice. It's amazing how close you really need to cut these to get them right. When you're a new grower, the hardest thing to do is to trim the buds off, the leaves off your buds, because you're losing yield when you do it. You know, you're taking weight off of each bud, and you feel like it's limiting your total yield, and it is. So that's why you have to grow really, really big and dense to make up for the amount of trimming that has to be done on these, so that you're satisfied with your end result. I found that using the compost teas and the compost soil really does a great amount of bulking up on these buds. Okay, let's bring this a little closer. We're just about all trimmed up here. This is about ready for the jar. Hey, Gio, Joseph. Joseph, is the oil working? Let people know all over the internet, Joseph. Let people know everywhere. Make posts, take pictures, do before and afters. I appreciate you, buddy. All right, so hey, Sean. You can't sleep. Oh, sorry to hear that. That sucks. All right, so we've got a jar here. Let me smell it really fast. Make sure it doesn't smell bad. Yeah, I don't like the smell of this jar. Hold on a second. I'm going to clean it out really fast. I don't want that coloring my... Okay. You make tweets every day. Thank you, Carson. Awesome. He loves it as well. Puts it on every night. Hell yeah, Joseph. Hey, Daniel. What is your take on pre-rolled infused? I got one. It's wedding cake infused with orange cookie. Well, I don't trust pre-rolls ever. Never, never, never. You know, just buy the bud, buy the papers, and make it yourself. That's my opinion. Ooh, there's still alcohol in there. Here, let me use this to get to the bottom there. There we go. That should help. Still a little bit of a smell in there. Good morning, Mel. There we go. That's all done. All the alcohol is dry out of there. Now, we take our jar. We'll put it right here. And we'll just take our buds. Oh, that one didn't want to go in there, did it? There you go. This one will go. There we go. Oops. Oops. We got a runaway. We got a runaway, man. Logan's run. Okay. Okay. Right. We're just nipping each bud off the stem. Now, I know when you get to this part, it's really tempting to just clip it there, but these are all little buds too, and if you clip them, they will cure faster. So if you leave them on like this, they don't cure as fast, they cure slow. It depends on how much of a hurry you're in. Hey, you, this is not a play area. Here, let's move it on over. Here. I know you love being here. Get it over there. Good boy. So, let's go ahead and we will nip these down. Nipsey. Like that. And now I think we're at a point where we can clip that. There are several buds on there, but that's okay. So we'll just go like this. Boom. That's what's left. We'll throw that away. Michael Salvati, Training Mafia, what? Hey, Nicola, how are you? Nice to meet you. Please call me Nay on the live stream. I don't go by Ben on my live stream. Because fuck Facebook for telling you that I do. And not allowing me to use my fun name. Okay, that is great, man. So this is what that entailed. This is what this yielded off the top of that bud. And we can move on here. Now these all have to be trimmed from this point on. This is all, I haven't addressed this yet. But it's at the point now where once the bud starts drying a little bit, it does get easier on the scissors when you're trimming it before it cures. The scissors get gummed up much faster. So waiting until it cures and dries a little bit will afford you a little bit of extra snappiness that you want so that your scissors stay working the whole time. You don't have to keep cleaning them, especially if you have a crappy pair of trimmers. And listen, don't scrimp on your trimmers. Go out and get a pair of Fiskars, all right? Don't get the crappy ones. Go spend some money. It's worth it. Just a noob. Right on, Nicola. Nice to meet you, buddy. Okay, so take some of these leaves off here. And now we've got a couple buds that we can clip. We'll just clip them right here. We'll put those in the jar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, that one didn't want to go in. Go in your hole. Okay, now this is Blackberry from yesterday, so that can go in there too. So we're good. Heavy. My name is Heavy. 30 years. Don't like Daniel. Yeah. All right. I didn't know that, Daniel. Nice to meet you too. Hell yeah. Use right, bro. You're right, bro. Yeah, I'm right. I'm right, right? We say cheap buying is double buying. That makes sense in English. Yeah, spend more money the first time, do it right, and you don't have to go back and spend more money the second time because you didn't buy it right the first time. Absolutely. But when you're trimming, it's not a big investment, but it's an important one. So just go ahead and get yourself a real nice pair of trimmers, man. And because it's going to hurt you when your trimmers don't cut and you have to sit there and make 4 and 5 attempts to get something to come off the stem, and you could have moved on by then. You know, it just saves you so much time to have some good working trimmers. Hey, Craig. After you've cut the leaves, you know, you've seen it hanging here for the last 3 or 4 days. You know, it's until it dries up. When you feel it, when you feel the buds and they're getting dry, they're drying up. I mean, it's basically, you just feel it. It usually takes 4 days, something like that. But a good way to test it is you take one of these stems and snap it, and if it snaps, it's definitely ready. I try to catch it before the snap because, in my opinion, that's too late. You hear that snap? That's not necessarily a good thing. You know, I want to try to catch it before they snap like that. A lot of people will tell you to wait for it to snap and then you trim it. I don't agree with that. It's my personal preference. Everybody's different. Harley wants to come in. Harles, hold on, buddy. I got you. What I learned remodeling that goes for a lot of things. Do it right the first time so you don't have to go back and do it again. Right, Jerry? Makes sense. That's cool. Here, let me let this cat in. He starts jumping on the goddamn. You got food? Yeah, good. You're all set. Ugh. Morning, Ricky Luke. How's it going, buddy? When you get down to the point that the stems are almost ready to snap, you're just hours away from it becoming to the point that you're going to have to rehydrate if you don't hurry up and get them sealed up in a jar or some other kind of an enclosed environment to where they can rehumidify themselves. Um, you can always rehumidify buds, but it's better if you don't have to. You want to retain that original moisture. That's the best way to do it. Okay, there's 3 buds, 3 nice big buds going in our jar. Hey, Bong Toker. Yeah, I'm using a trim bin, so I make Keith out of it, and then this goes into a bag, and the remainder is made into alcohol derived THC oil, which goes into my paint oil. Not a lot of Keith down there yet, but within a few days of this, that Keith really builds up. Takes a few days of trimming, generally. Or, if you're trimming a lot in one day, a lot of trimming. I can't trim. I don't have the capacity to sit and trim for hours at a time. I get arthritis really bad all over my body. My back, my shoulders, my arms, my hands, my elbows. So I try to, just do a little bit a day and then move on and do other shit. And my eyesight is horrible now, especially in the mornings. I have a really hard time seeing, and I don't like putting on glasses because I look away a lot. So I'm looking at the bud, I'm looking away. Hey, Dean. How do you rehydrate them? You put them in an enclosed container, like a glass jar with a cap. You take a sheet of tin foil, about 4 inches square, right? And you kind of cup it up like a bowl. Take a piece of paper towel, right? Saturate it with purified water. Ball it up, or cotton. I'd prefer paper towel, though. Cotton fibers will get into your buds if you're not careful. Put it inside the tin foil, lightly close it, pop the foil ball with the wet towel inside your jar, close it, leave it there for about 12 hours. Come back, open it up, let it air out, and do that every 12 hours or so. Your buds should be fine within a day. You need some black blinds? Blinds.com. Delivered to your door. Okay, 3 more buds. Going in the jar. Man, that jar's going to smell so good. Meanwhile, my hand is completely asleep over here. Now, another thing is you do get fatigued while you're trimming, and it is dangerous. People don't think, much about trimming. You're dealing with 2 sharp razor-edged blades. And, when you're trimming, it's always good to point the blades away from you. But sometimes when you're trimming, you start doing this and you start going around the bud. Next thing you know, those blades are pointed right at you. And if you're close to your hand, it's very easy to snip down on your finger And boy, oh boy, does that fucking suck. Because that results in a deep fucking cut. And it hurts. So, something to consider while you're trimming is, protect your hands. No matter how you have to do it, whether you have to pay extra time. Take breaks. If you have to take a break. And just kind of take it easy on yourself. Now this is at the point where it can be hand trimmed because it is dry enough to hand trim. You cannot do that while it's wet. But when it's dry, you could just break the leaves off that are covering up the buds. Pop that in there. Take the stem off of here. Put that in there. Put these 3 buds. They can go in there. My shit's dry as hell. Oh, you're welcome. They have found taking a teaspoonful of bicarbonate of soda in a glass of water is amazingly effective to help arthritis. Plain baking soda. A teaspoonful of baking soda? Huh. I got you on my big TV. Right on, John. Does it matter where you put the tin foil, like on top of the buds or under them, or doesn't matter? No, Holly, because you're putting it in an enclosed jar. So it doesn't matter if it's on the top or the bottom. That moisture is going to distribute no matter what. I always just put it on the top, Good morning, Jay. Okay, so where are we at here? We're almost done with this Blackberry, man. Oh, my God. I can't believe how fast I thought this was going to be, like, a while because I knew this had some trimming on it. But, as I told you, I get a little fatigued. I'm getting a little sore here and there. So I'm kind of rushing it, not doing the most beautiful trim job I could possibly do. And that, in turn, is speeding up the process. So I was watching Jimmy Dore this morning. I love watching Jimmy Dore in the mornings. He was talking about Elizabeth Warren got caught lying about how she got terminated from her teaching job. She was she was somewhere speaking at a debate or, at a function or whatever. And she claimed that she was fired because she was pregnant. And that plays to the heartstrings of all women, right? Oh, she's one of us. Look, those evil men. Those evil men. Look what they did to EU. That's EW when you say it. Her initials are EW, so I call her EU. Oh, look what they did to her. They're so mean on her. Wow, they fired her for being pregnant. So then Jimmy Dore finds another speech she was giving years ago, talking about the exact same thing. And she said, I was a teacher. She said, but I didn't have the full credentials to remain a teacher. I had to go back to school to finish my education so I could go continue being a teacher, and I never went back. And that's the true story. And Jimmy Dore uncovered that shit, and he put it out on Twitter, and fucking all of the Hillary Clinton supporters and the people that work for Hillary, they are attacking Jimmy Dore. It's blowing up huge, and the deal is, people are thinking, oh, it's got to be Elizabeth Warren to go up against Donald Trump. Elizabeth Warren, she's just as much a fucking piece of shit liar as Donald Trump is, and it's going to be real easy for them to prove. And that's what Jimmy Dore's saying. Bernie never lies. Bernie doesn't lie about dick. So you can't put that on Bernie. You can put it on all the other cunts that are running against Bernie. Every single one of them. The males and the females, they're all fucking cunts because they're not supporting Bernie. That's why they're a cunt. And if you're supporting anybody but Bernie, you're a cunt too. In my opinion. It's like, it's so easy to distract you with glitter and gold, fucking shiny shit. Oh, but look at the shiny red lipstick on that woman. She's so pretty. She's so capable. She took her entire platform from Bernie and tried to put it out as her own. She should have just supported Bernie. Just like the rest of them should. I'm talking about Tulsi Gabbard right now. But all of them are pieces of shit. Every single one of them. Nobody can do it like Bernie can. Nobody has the same agenda as Bernie. Nobody goes as far as Bernie does. He's the best, man. And he's a good person. He's not a fucking liar like you is. Fucking lying cunt. What a lying cunt. Yeah, I was fired because I was pregnant. Bullshit. You left because you weren't educated and you had to go get your education and you failed to do that and you never went back. Don't try to fucking put it on some bullshit that we can just easily go research and look it up for ourselves. And she thinks, well, she's playing the whole Trump thing. Well, the initial, 500,000 people are going to hear me say it, and then all the debunkers are only going to get, 100,000 people to hear total. So it's just bad. I might as well just fucking lie. Well, she's sunk down to Donald Trump's level. So if you support EU, you're just as bad as a Trump supporter. Donald Trump needs a reality check? Shit. Donald Trump is doing exactly what Donald Trump does. There should be no surprise there. He's a fucking idiot. He always was an idiot. He always was a racist, hating piece of shit. And for all the morons that support him, that think that that deny those facts, they're getting exactly what they deserve now because they're seeing that they can no longer hide behind his lies. He's exposed, that the curtain has been pulled back. And, it's a tiny little orange dick behind the curtain, obviously. Tiny penis. Tiny penis. All right, here we go. All right, that's it. That feels good, getting all that Blackberry on that one cola. It's funny, it's just one cola on that tree is so big. And I have got to go down in there today in the garage, and I will be taking that that plant and putting it in a bin where it can get trimmed. See if we can get any of that Blackberry Keith. Well, Cindy, you know who's the ultimate loser? You are, because you are going to leave here now. You've said your piece, you're a nobody, and nobody cares about your opinion. And meanwhile, there's 32 people sitting here watching me for mine. And that's why you're really upset. You're not upset because I call a cunt a cunt. You're upset because I call a cunt, and people support me while I do it. And that's what really bothers you, Cindy Blackburn. Doesn't that bother you? Move along, Cindy Blackburn. Move along. Nobody needs you and your stupid fucking attitude here. And, and yet for some reason, I have a feeling you're still here listening, you little troll bitch. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong and shut your fat fucking mouth. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong and move along. Do you guys like that? Exactly, 2020. Holly, yeah, I don't know about returning ignorant, but I don't believe that people should be judged by their beliefs. You don't think people should be judged by their beliefs? Okay. So let's say I believe that I should go out and kill a bunch of people. Don't judge me on that? That's the stupidest thing I ever fucking heard, Ollie. I love it when someone tries to fucking pontificate on my live stream and they make no sense, and then I fucking uncover it and I blow the dust off it, and everyone's like, yeah, Nay's right, that made absolutely no sense what that girl just said. People should be judged for their beliefs. Oh, right.
I believe I should go 90 miles an hour in this fucking school zone. But don't judge me. It's just my belief. No, not like that. Well, then, I tell you what, Holly, why don't you go ahead and put it in words that I can understand? Because you failed to do that the first time. Put it in words that you want me to understand, because the words that you used have a different meaning than what you want me to see, obviously. Like it cut off half of your comment. Okay, we'll finish the comment. We're all still here. You should have just finished the comment instead of saying it cut off. People always do that shit. Oh, it cut off my comment. Well, why didn't you just write the comment out then? Why didn't you just finish it? Why are you wasting my time telling me that it cut off your comment? It's just like, yo, Nate, can I ask you a question? Duh! You should have fucking asked me while you had my attention. You know? So she's got a buddy. Hey, Holly, so I can eat a baby, right? Yeah, you know, it's like, for your beliefs. Don't get judged for your beliefs. All you hear is tiny dick to Cindy about what she was saying. She was being ignorant. Well, why didn't you address her then? You're on a chat. If you just make a statement, it goes to the fucking host. Okay? All statements go to the host unless you put their name. So if you want to address somebody, Holly, next time on a live stream, address them by putting their name first, so people know who you're addressing. That's how that works. Because you didn't give me time. I believe I control you back, Jenny McCarthy. I believe I control you back. All right, so we've got this Blackberry. I'd like to cap it, even if it's just for a minute, and then smell it. It smells good already, but this is going to... I replied to Cindy. You replied to Cindy? Oh, well, if that doesn't come up on the, yeah, these people that just click on somebody's name, I don't see that. Yeah, I didn't see the reply because I'm on Restream. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not sure Bernie has enough support from the party. So if you want me to see who you're talking to, you actually have to type their name. Or I'm not going to see it. Just so you know. Oh, that's all right. I will next time, Nay. Okay. Yeah. Communication is key. Hey, Angie. Oh. Oh. Put that cap back on there. Oh my God, that is good. So what's happening right now is it's congealing. And the smells and the flavors are just concentrating now. This does not happen. This does not happen when you just hang them. You have to actually enclose them in something so that they can solidify. No, this is Blackberry. And it's amazing. No, this is the Jack Hare. And you know what's funny? I know that bud looked bigger yesterday, but goddamn, it's still huge as fuck. That bud, it's way bigger than what I thought it was going to be. And it's not going to shrink anymore. That's it. That's it on the shrinkage. There was shrinkage. I was in the pool. There was shrinkage. I was in the pool. No shrinkage. No shrinkage, little Georgie. Georgie. Is that the Jack? Nice. Okay, so are we good? Are we good? Are we good? We gonna have a problem? We got a problem? We good? We good? Psst. 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 Debbie, true black. True black. True Blackberry. All right. It is Well, but to finish my comment responding to Cindy, I was saying pretty much she shouldn't be calling people losers because her opinion. Yeah, she was calling me a loser because, I call Elizabeth Warren a cunt. Well, when a cunt acts like a fucking cunt, I call it a fucking cunt. Sorry. And if Elizabeth Warren didn't want to be called a cunt in public, well, then maybe she should have considered not lying to her constituents about why she left her job back when she was a teacher. If she doesn't want to be a cunt, or she doesn't want to be called a cunt, she needs to stop being a cunt. And cunts are lying bitches. If you're a lying bitch, you're a fucking cunt. And she's a lying bitch, so she's a cunt. And if that bothers you, good. I'm glad it bothers you. It should bother you. The fact that Elizabeth Warren lies to you with that smile on her face, that should bother the fucking shit out of you. When she doesn't have to. And that's the worst part. On top of all of it, the worst part is she doesn't have to fucking lie. In fact, if she'd just come clean about everything, she'd beat that orange monkey. Absolutely. Hands down. But she's making it hard on herself because she's starting to play Hillary games. She's been talking to Hillary, and now she's starting to play these fucking Hillary games, and she thinks she can have a public opinion and a private opinion, and she doesn't think people are going to expose her for what she is. Well, it's too late. She's already been exposed. Now, like I said, if you don't want to support a cunt like you, then back Bernie now. You all should be backing Bernie now. Everybody. There should be no argument. There should be no conversation. You should just be backing Bernie. But I got such a kick out of the fact that Jimmy Dore exposed EU for the lying cunt that she is, that I just had to bring it to the table this morning. I had to tell you, Jimmy Dore nailed that fucking EU cunt. He really did. And that makes me fucking happy. She's a fucking liar. And she needs to be branded as such. You need to back Bernie now. You need to stop being distracted by all the bullshit. When you get distracted by all these other little douchebags that are running against Bernie, you're a sucker. You're a fucking sucker. Right? I love that I can pontificate like that for 5 minutes and nobody even debates a point. They don't care about us. Yeah, I think Bernie cares. Holly, if you don't think that Bernie Sanders cares, then you're not paying attention to Bernie Sanders at all. You haven't watched him his entire life. You haven't gone back and seen what he's done. You haven't seen him march. You haven't seen the bills that he passed. And you haven't seen all the millions of people that his policies have helped. So, Holly, your head is up your ass if you think that Bernie Sanders is a fucking liar. With the Native American lies? I think so, Dean, but you know what? This was actually before that. This was actually before her Native American bullshit, her little school thing. This was a long time ago. And this was after she was a teacher and she was trying to get into law school and she fucking used that lie. But this was even before that. So she was lying before the Native American thing. Well, James, you just gotta believe, brother. I'm a felon. I can't vote anyway. Holly, right on. James, you just gotta back him. You just gotta have faith, bro. You gotta have faith in Bernie. Go study him, understand he deserves it. Maybe he's only got 2 years left before he croaks, but at least he'll have a VP that will still be hands down better than fucking Donald Trump as a leader, whoever his VP is. Right? What are you fucking worried about? That's why we have vice presidents, man. It's like people forget, but he'll die! He might have another heart attack and he's gonna die. Really? Yeah, you forgot about the vice presidency? That's why we got one. There's gonna be a younger person there with the same policy agenda that's there to take up the slack if Bernie can't do it. You have a meaning. Yeah, Karsten, you do have a meaning, buddy. Thank you, Mel. That's well said. Ew. I like that you called her ew. Everyone should call Elizabeth Warren ew. Her initials, ew. Fucking love it. Oh, you got expunged? Billy's a silly felon? Really? Expunged felon. I've been reading. I think he will get shit done even if it's a short time. Yeah, I agree. Everyone's gonna die. You've been reading. I think he will get shit done even if it's a short time. Good, James. There. So we agree. Yeah, right. That's what VPs are for, right? We're good. We're good on that. Okay. 5 seconds here to go. Mark. And it's 7:10. Cannabis isn't business for all. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers. Smoke along with me, people. I'm a little confused here. That's a stupid question. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna Google it. I don't want to even say it out loud. What? Is Elizabeth Warren a lesbian or not, everybody? She's got grandkids. She was married, so I'm kind of fucking confused. Does anybody know? Holly, it's called...
I will stay as long as you want, and we'll do selfies forever.
Dude, I hate when they do this. They play a video, and you can't see it, and I can't shut it off. There's no fucking video playing. It just shows a round circle, you know? Oh, you were transporting cannabis? She's married. Oh, okay. There seems to be some kind of a question. The Daily Beast reported that Warren was not, in fact, a lesbian. Ah! What were you saying about how you can still vote with felonies? Holly, listen to me. I'm going to tell you one more time. It's called an expungement. Okay? Are you hearing me? Do you see what Billy's writing to you? He's wrote expungement. He's telling you expungement. Look it up. That's how you can get, you expunge a felony. Get it taken off your record so you can do stuff. Okay, cool. So yeah, the Daily Beast put out an article saying she was not a lesbian, and I guess that's why people think she's a fucking lesbian. That's funny. Ooh. What were you saying about how you can still vote with felonies? Hello. He telling Toy the right thing. Gus gotta listen carefully. I can't get mine expunged right now. I've got the quick one growing the now. Probably because she is. Not well, according to her, she's not. But I believe that she's not a lesbian. I was like, wow, you know, I misunderstood Jimmy Dore this morning. He said something about her being a lesbian, or he said something about someone being a lesbian, and I think I misunderstood. Thought he was referring to EU, but I think he was talking about somebody else. Or he's referring to that old article from the Daily Beast, which is hilarious. So are we all straight? Are we all good? Are we all good here? Everybody good? We're good? We're not going to have a problem? No problems? Psh, unreal. Guy's like, oh, my son loves you, man. Can I get you on? Can I get a picture of you? He's like, I could give a rat's ass. Psst. I could give a rat's ass, pal. Okay, I got some more of that Blackberry right here. Son of a bitch. I'm high as fuck just smoking Blackberry flower, and it is really good. Reese, what's up, Reese? I think this is the third bowl of Blackberry I smoked this morning. I don't know, third or fourth. I'm already baked-ified. Anyway, quarter of the hour. Cannabis isn't for all. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers, everybody. Smoking along with me. Great. If you're sharing this in groups for me on Facebook, I could use it right now. Really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Cheers. Oh, happy 420, everybody. Cheers. Yeah, I don't even think I can smoke this 420, man. Woo! Tommy Mills, haven't seen you in forever. What's up, son? I mean, dead people be voting and shit, but I can't. Now that I can vote, I won't. Got up, sorry, so I'm late. Right on, Trina. Yahweh Allah Allah. Smoke this purple bunny I grew this year. I'm going to play catch up here in a second. In just a second. These are nowhere near ready yet. Oh, they smell so good, though. Ugh. They smell really good. Living in the city. Good morning, Kiki Tutorials. What's up? I always want to say kick it. I always want to say kick it Tutorials. But is it Kiki or is it kick it? Because you could be kicking it with kick it. You know? The Ballantine, ya guns and jobs that part. I live in Detroit, so those are two very vital parts of survival here. I got a crossbow waiting though. But hang all around the house. You think we should withdraw forces in Syria or Middle East? Steve Running. Great question. I'm not a military expert. I'm not a political pundit. I don't study the Middle East, and I don't study these sorts of actions that America feels the need to take all over the world. So I'm not an expert. I can't really tell you I can't tell you an opinion from an educated place, you know. So all I can tell you is what I think and from what I've heard. It would have been nice if we had done it correctly and we had drawn down correctly and made sure that as we were pulling our troops out. Hey Mike, nice to meet you. Please call me Nay on the live stream. Nay. It's my nickname. I don't go by my real name on the live stream. If you'll notice, the last two posts before Kick Hits both called me Nay. But you didn't see that, did you? Anyhow, yeah, I don't go by Ben. My uneducated and just from what I've heard is if we had taken the time to replace our assets with trained assets from the countries that we were supporting and allowed them to protect themselves properly, then I'd be all for that. But you don't pull a fucking Donald Trump. You don't just stab a knife in the back of the people that you've charged with fighting ISIS. And now guess what, guys? ISIS is back. Donald Trump didn't defeat them. And now he's cutting and running. You know George Bush's favorite fucking statement? Cutting and running. That's exactly what douchebag just did. Now, you know, if you take a knife, right, and you stab it into your arm, okay, and you hit an artery, and the only thing that's keeping that artery from bleeding out is the knife blade, You don't just yank the fucking knife blade out of your arm and bleed to death. And that's exactly what fucking Donald Trump just did. Now, like I said, I'm not a professional. This is just my, guy sitting on a mountain smoking cannabis, playing on the internet all day opinion. It's worth shit. But I think my opinion is better than Donald Trump's. But this is the man that you've elected to be your president, so, this is the man I've elected to be my president. Even though I didn't vote for him, I took part in the election. So, I took part in it. I wrote in Bernie Sanders' name. And I'm going to vote Bernie again. And all of you that are bragging that you'll never vote and all that, y'all should fucking just vote for Bernie instead of saying you're not going to vote. You should all register as independents. If you have to go left or whatever to vote for Bernie, however the fuck it's running, just vote for Bernie. Just back Bernie now. He could really use everyone's support. And if you're on the fence or you're not voting, you're a perfect person to say, you know what, I'm gonna vote for Bernie for once. I'm gonna be one of those people. And if there's more people like you that we can convince, then Bernie Sanders will be the next president of the United States. It's crazy, Daniel and Billy. Like I said, I'm no expert, guys. Don't hold me to these fucking opinions and shit. It's just my basic common sense type reasoning that I like to bring to the table every day. I like to bring common sense. I think this is just a common sense thing. Right? Yes, Billy, please. Billy, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do to get you to vote for Bernie, bro? What do I gotta do? I'm willing to do what I gotta do to get you to vote Bernie. Just tell me what I gotta do. Especially if you're not planning on voting at all. Well, we might as well get you to vote Bernie. One vote at a time. Back Bernie now. That's the problem. People aren't thinking these thoughts. Now it's time. Back Bernie now. Do it now. Start fucking getting on the train. Not think socialism has ever worked isn't at Bernie's thinking. Double question mark, says Laura with the double question marks. I love it. No, it's not. He's not a socialist. He's a democratic socialist. Go research it. Or, Laura, let me explain it to you. A democratic socialist is someone who likes the socialist programs, the ones that we already have running here in the United States, like the mail service, free education. He'd like to see healthcare for everyone as a socialist program. The military socialist program. Things like that. He likes having that, and then he likes having a democratic government. That's the difference. See, I don't think enough people explain that to fucking people like Laura that are too fucking lazy to go Google it herself. But that's okay, Laura. That's why I'm here. I'm here to explain it to you, and I know what the answer is. Bernie is not a socialist. So every time someone like you goes on the internet and says, I don't think socialism has ever worked, well, no one's talking about bringing socialism to the United States. We're only talking about keeping the things like Social Security that are already in place set in stone. So morons like Donald Trump don't come along and rape them for the 1% so that they can have an extra yacht and more private islands. There, does that make sense now? Man, it's like these people, you guys need to watch David Pakman. You guys need to watch Secular Talk. You need to watch Jimmy Dore. Turn these fucking shows on. All right? Go on YouTube and go watch Jimmy Dore and go watch Secular Talk, Kyle Kalinske, and go watch fucking David Pakman and go fucking educate yourselves. God, man, you guys should all know this shit. These are entertaining shows. You're gonna learn shit. And these people are very smart. Hey, Steven, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Yahweh Allahala. I'm trying. I'm trying, man. I'm on my mountaintop screaming at the top of my lungs. You know, it's all I can do is just stand here and scream. Pontificate. Man, this smells like blackberry tea. That's what it reminds me of. Like if you had like a blackberry tea. Oh my God. Someone who doesn't understand cannabis, you know, like people that don't smoke it, they'd smell this and say, it just smells like pot. They'd make a comment like that. And my nose, man, is so trained for this shit. Yeah, I watched Sam Cedar. But you know what? Let me tell you the problem with Sam Cedar, Steven. While I agree with him on just about everything, he doesn't spend enough time talking about what's important. You know, they spend a lot of time jerking their own dicks on Sam Cedar. You know, and they give their stupid little fucking interns microphones, and everybody's always interrupting everybody with shit that's just said so that they can hear their own fucking voices, because it never adds to the fucking conversation. And I'm just, you know, Sam Cedar's show, I say, you know, why the fuck are you giving the children, why are there microphones at the kids' fucking table? You know, let the kids edit, let the kids promote, and do their fucking job. Why is there a camera on them, and why are you letting them interrupt you when you're trying to talk about something? And he just spends a lot of time talking about things that I'm not really concerned about. You know? Whereas Kyle Kalinske, he gets right to the heart of things that I really, really am focused on. You know? It's just too bad that all of these people I watch are not more vocal about their support for Bernie Sanders. It's really too bad. You know, they're scared they're going to lose viewers, and they will, but oh fucking well. You know? I often watch Kalinske often now. I often watch Kalinske often. In the off time that I have. Oftenly enough. Alright. Pew. Beep, 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 pew. Beep, 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 pew. He speaks out everything straight like this often. Secular talk. You guys, I have to scream it because I know you're not going over there and watching them. Watch Jimmy Dore. Watch Kyle Kalinske Secular Talk on you. These are all YouTube channels. Jimmy Dore Show, D-O-R-E, Secular Talk, and the David Pakman Show. Watch those 3 shows. Okay? You will be smarter people. You know, you're going to hear words that you might not know. You might have to look them up. But pay attention, listen to what they say, learn from them, and understand they're coming from a really good place. You know, it just makes sense that you would want to help people and not hurt people. That's what these guys are all about. Steve Running, you're on it, bro. You are fucking on it, son. And I love it. Everybody should be like Steven Running. You should all be like Steven Running. He's watching all of these shows. Steven, are they enriching your life at all? Any of those shows, do they enrich your life? Do they entertain and educate you at all? Do they inform you? Do they keep you informed of the recent news and the happenings in politics and the world? And in the meantime, entertain you at the same time? I'll answer that for Steven due to lag and shit. Yes. Of course he's entertained, educated, enlightened, and informed. And you could be too. Let's not pretend. That's good, Billy. Secular Talk, David Pakman. Yes, Jimmy Dore, Secular Talk, David Pakman. There's no C in Pakman, Karsten. It's just Pakman. And yeah, and I'm right, Steven. And I'm telling you guys, that you will benefit from watching their shows. Follow them and then click that bell icon so you get notified every time they put something up on YouTube. And then you'll get a notification and you can go over there and you guys will get educated. You know, and also you should follow Thunderfoot with 2 zeros. Thunderfoot on YouTube. Follow Thunderfoot. He's a scientist. He's fantastic. He's a debunker of all these corporate scams that you see that have GoFundMes. Look, we've discovered how to make water out of thin air. Look, an air conditioning for anywhere in your home, you know, that rechargeable and lasts up to 8 hours, things like that, and he'll debunk them. All of them. I actually sent Thunderfoot a video and he debunked it. I was so flattered. Yeah, Some More News is good. I haven't been watching him as much lately, but he's good. Here's some more news. I like what he's like. At the beginning of each show, he says something really dumb. Like he's caught like a deer caught in the headlights. And he's all disheveled. It goes, bum, 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 bum. And he's like, so, newsing it up over here. Here's some more news. He just says the funniest shit. He's hilarious. Thunderfoot with 2 zeros, Karsten. With 2 zeros instead of 2 O's. Thunderfoot with 2 zeros. It's THUNDERF00T. I'm smoking this Blackberry. I am so obliterated. Time and space have completely altered themselves. My doggy's down here at my feet, by the way, but he's been sleeping here the whole time. He's been a good puppy. He's a good puppy. He goes his own way. He's a good puppy. He goes his own way. All right, so let's hit this bong because I said that I wanted to do that. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers. Blackberry. You could smoke it all day.
All right, you guys have a great day. I will see you later. No law regarding cannabis. Please share this everywhere and check out my website, trendyasdabbers.com. I have not had an order for pain oil in several days, so got plenty of it here if anybody needs any. The ordering is on the website, trendyasdabbers.com. Also, if you want to support me financially, you can go to and become a part of the show that way. Patreon.com. Thank you so much for that. Patreon.com, Patreon/trendyasdabbers. And you can support my debating over at callout.com. We've got over 500 views on one of my debates, and I'd love to get over 500 on the other one. QALLOUT.com. Register an account with an email address. You go over there, watch my two debates by clicking on video debates and scrolling down to about the 5th and 6th debate. You'll see me in both of those debates. Please watch both, and if you agree with my stance in both those, please vote pro if you agree with me. And if not, you can vote against me and vote con. All right, thanks, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.